Hey guys, look what I got. Yeah, I got myself a tabletop stove. Let's open it up. Pull this up. Yeah, I was at my local store, and I bought this for a particular and very specific reason. Look at that. Got instructions. That's always nice, right? Let's pull it out. It's all aluminum. Oh, maybe not. No, it's steel. We can get rid of the carry case for now. There you go. And then this will go on right here. It's a butane. That's why I bought this stuff. No, nobody sponsored me. I went out and bought this with my own money. And I bought it for a real specific reason. You'll take the cap off and we'll stick it here. We're going to try this out in just a moment. But I bought this as a birthday gift to myself because somebody else got me, if you watch a previous episode, a device that I'm going to use this with for cooking tonight. But I'd like to get to the specs. Overall length, 13 3/4 inches. Its height, 10.5 inches, not including the controls. From the ground to the top of this surface, it's 3 1/4 inches. And then when you go to the top of the burner stand, it's 4.5 inches. It weighs in at 3 pounds, 1 ounce. And then you add a canister, 3 pounds, 13 5/8 ounces. Pretty lightweight. It says it can deliver 8,000 BTUs, and it's for butane use only. Its controller goes from minimum to maximum, obviously. And when you click it all the way, it has an electrostatic charge that starts the gas going. You want to see it spark? They call it integrated spark ignition. This control here is to keep the can from falling out. It's pretty universal. It uses an 8.8 ounce butane can just like this. According to the instructions, it lasts up to 1 hour and 18 minutes on an 8.8 ounce butane cylinder. One cylinder cost about $2.50. I bought 4. That'll give me quite a bit of cooking. The burner is aluminum, as is the intake system. Very simple gas regulator system, and that's where the can goes inside there. Here's what the bottom looks like. It's got 4 feet. Guess what this compartment's for? And if it matters to you, it's made in, well, either China or Taiwan or both. And of course, like everything in California, it causes cancer.
Use our Amazon link down below. When you do, it helps us out and it doesn't cost you a penny more. And after using the link, save it to your bookmarks so you can have easy access to it in the future. Thank you.
Now, I encourage you, if you get one of these, and I'll leave a link down below, it will be an affiliate link, and there are other versions of this, but I think they all come out of the same place. Some of them will say Coleman, some of them will say Ozark Trail, like this one does, but there are other versions of this. They're all very similar. You can't go wrong, I don't think. I would say make sure you read the instructions. Don't take my word for anything that I'm saying here, because we are playing with fire. That can be dangerous. This is technically, and it says it everywhere, for outdoor use only. I'm actually indoors in my tool shed right now. Well, I'm in a well-ventilated area, and I'm not too worried about fire because I'm just going to start it up and see that the flame starts, and then I'm going to shut it off. That's about all I'll do. Then I'm going to bring it in the house where it's well-ventilated, and there'll be other people around. We'll be very careful. So I'm already breaking the rules. I don't want you to do that. Don't break the rules. Okay, let's move on. Let's open the door. We'll take our butane fuel, take the plastic cap off, and this little notch is supposed to be facing up, and it goes inside of here. So we'll slide this baby in there, just like that. This little window indicates you could see that the little tab is securing the butane can in that notch, and that you actually have butane in there. Got to push this down. That'll engage the can. Let's take a look. There you go. You ready? Look at that. I like it. Let's get a close-up of that. I'm going to pull this down. Let's light it up. Ready? Look at that. That's a pretty nice flame. Ooh, hot up here. I like it.
I like it a lot.
And then when you turn it off, it actually disengages the fuel canister, and then you can take this out, put your cap on, and store it. So what do I think so far? So far so good. I've never used one of these, although these things are very, very popular in other countries, especially Asia. They cook on this thing. I've seen people, I've been around the world.
The borderline of mainland China.
Starbucks in Hong Kong.
Stanley Market.
And I've seen people cooking out on their front porch with an item very similar to this. And they're cooking fish, they're cooking whatever they're cooking, vegetables, whatever. And it seems to work quite well. Now I've got a Coleman camp stove that's got 2 burners and a flip-up thingy and all that. You guys have seen those kinds of things before. And I've used that camping. Works great. I think this, if you have a couple of people and you're maybe camping, take one of these. For an overnighter, it should be perfect. I bought this, though, for a real specific reason. Now, is this going to be the stove that's going to be for you? Well, I don't know. You're going to have to try that out for yourself. But I tell you, there are millions of people using this all the time. They can't be wrong, right? And they sell a lot of these things. How much does this cost? $18.50, something like that. And then fuel for 1 hour plus was about $2.50. So you can get started pretty quick. Now I've seen these things go all the way up to $99. I don't know why. Maybe because there's some bells and whistles and it comes with a chef that'll cook for you. That could be. But for under $20, can't go wrong. Very simple. All right, here we go. We're in the kitchen. This is that salt block. I'll leave a link to the video that we did about the salt block. It's all tempered and ready to go. I'm just going to set it right up there. Oh no, let's start the fire first. Before we do that, we'll open this up. I have it on something to help protect the counter. Pull that off. We'll put that in there. I think that's all I gotta do. We close that. We go like that.
Not a good one.
Look at that. And then we'll put this on top of there. And we'll come back in a few minutes. And hopefully it'll heat up and be at temperature. We gotta get it to about 500 degrees. Okay, I'll come back in just a minute. Your audio's not on. What? See how hot this thing is. Ooh, 300 degrees. Can you see that? Can you see what it said there? 313 degrees. We got a little more to go. Now the other option could have been using the grill, but I got chicken to do instead. And then we got Shooting Kids here helping me barbecue.
I'm shooting man now.
Oh, shooting man. There you go. Scallops. That's what we're gonna do. Scallops. Put a little bit of olive oil.
No, I think that's a good idea.
And just rub in the olive oil, and then I'm gonna stick it right on the salt block because the salt block will salt that. At least that's a hope. I hope it is. Oh, gotta turn the chicken. All right, here we go. We're gonna put on the scallops. I think. No. Before we put the scallops on, let's check the temperature. 503 degrees. That's the optimum temperature. everything's happening at once. The chicken's done. Okay, we're gonna put a little bit of pepper. Ready? I don't want to leave it on here too long. There you go.
Oh no.
Look at that. Look at that. And if you're tempted to pick this burner up while it's hot like this, don't. Ask me how I know. We're gonna try flip this over. I think they're cooked. They're just not browned.
You said they were caramelized.
Well, I evidently didn't use enough oil. Maybe I should have used butter, not olive oil.
Oh yeah, butter makes it better.
Yeah, butter makes it better. Shooting gal's gonna take over.
I'm not too sure about this setup of yours.
If you shooting man.
You must be sure that one's actually cooked.
Well, stick it back on.
I did.
Okay. You know what? It's gonna be very interesting to clean.
Yeah.
Good luck. They say just take a spatula, a metal spatula, and scrape off all the junk after it cools.
Oh, what?
But then everything's gonna smell like scallops.
Yeah, because look, it's like you can make a little edge right here.
What's going on there?
I scooshed it up so that I wouldn't fall off the edge.
How long is this taking to cook? Have we timed this? I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off, and I have a feeling this is gonna pop open. You know what's gonna be really the most important thing?
How does it taste?
That's right. We're gonna try it out. You know, I didn't add any salt, just a little bit of olive oil. Didn't brown like I wanted it to. I definitely taste the salt. And it probably stayed on there a little too long because I was waiting for it to brown. Next time I'll use butter, and I bet you it'll caramelize a lot quicker. But it tastes very, very good. And I didn't have to add any salt because it was cooked on salt. Now I gotta just figure out how to get that thing cleaned off. That's pretty crusty. So the truth about cleaning this thing up after making scallops is
It ain't easy.
it ain't easy. And that, folks, is how you clean off your salt block after you're done cooking scallops. So would I recommend it? Yeah, for a novelty. I would say if you got a bunch of folks over like we did and you're gonna cook scallops or something and you want to do it a different way and kind of, have fun with everybody around watching how it all turns out and experiment, yeah, go for it. I think it was, $40, $50 for that salt block. And if anything, it salted the food just fine. As a matter of fact, it might have salted it a little too much, at least the scallops, because I think I left it on a little too long. But it was still, the scallops were very tender. So brown it a little differently to be okay. So would I go out and buy one? Yeah. For the fun? Yeah. Would I cook with it every day? No. Not unless you were going to, have, 10 minutes with a belt sander. That was kind of a nightmare. Getting it clean. Getting it heated up and tempering and all that. Tempering took a while. You saw. Would I recommend this thing? Absolutely. This thing worked like a charm. I'll probably use this for putting a skillet on and proper frying things maybe right at the table, kind of like a hibachi. Consider this a modern hibachi. All right, that's it. See you next time.